Hello everybody, my name is Drew and welcome back to more Feed the Beast. I'm hanging out in my shiny new spa that's actually filled with water. And I wanted to share this with you guys at the start of the episode because this took a little bit of clever engineering to actually make this happen. So obviously if you remember last episode, we made the spa and it sort of kind of worked. It puts a warp ward on us. But if you take a look at our insanity meter, which I just threw up, tossed, not really, whatever, you knew what I mean. It's now hovering just about the lower portion of the second gold band. I can't seem to get rid of any more warp than that, and I've been through a few sanitizing soaps. I also figured out how that works. You literally just have to, right-click with it in your hand until it disappears, and then it will or won't do anything. Excuse me. It may work, it may not work. The last couple haven't really done anything, but the effects have lessened significantly in the last while, so I'm willing to let it go. Below this is an aqueous accumulator that is pumping water directly into here, which is great. So it continuously puts water out into our little pit here. And then I loaded this up with a whole bunch of purifying bath salts, so that it actually filled the pool up more or less. It didn't fill quite to the corners. Like 3 of these corners are still kind of not working. And it slowly uses up the purifying bath salts. But for now, I'm willing to say that this is pretty much good. I'm happy with this. This actually turned into a really nice looking room that definitely has that Thaumcraft feel to it. I'm really, really impressed with how this turned out, to be perfectly honest with you. The candles are a nice touch too, even if they're not 100% well placed. I really couldn't care all that much. They look good, but we're not really doing a whole lot of Thaumcraft today. Well, we might talk a little bit more. Actually, let's go this way. One of the things that I mentioned in the previous episode was this guy right here, which is my mana bean farm, and I really want to make this work, but I'm still trying to come up with a way to make it work properly. I may not automate it, but I really want to make it automated. But I feel like we've been doing so much Thaumcraft that we need to kind of move on. Obviously, this is all the same. Oh, I don't know if I showed you this, but I put primals around as a further balance. I don't know that it actually balances it, but it looks good. So there it is. This has a giant gaping hole in it. And that's because this has been going under a major redesign, so to speak. So what I did, let's fly over here, is I ended up putting on an ME interface to our Tesseract. And you're probably wondering why. Well, that is a good question. And to answer that, we're going to go over here to our Wisp spawner. So you remember the Wisp spawner was just automatically putting everything into a chest. Well, the chest is gone, and in its place is a Tesseract. And it has its own channel. Let's go back here. And it shows that it's set to Thaumcraft. Well, Thaumcraft is also set on the other side as well. So this Tesseract is getting... Oh, I'll show you here. This Tesseract is getting power and energy. Or rather, it is sending power and energy. It's also hooked up to a conduit under here as well. And then it's going to obviously run this guy. Well, not really. Sorry, it's not running the spawner. It's the power line is powering everything. It is receiving essences from the mob killer and sending them directly into our ME network. So now I can now let this guy run full bore all the time. And we're going to just pick up our essences. I also upgraded the spawner itself. So it's now got an octatic... Is that how you say octatic? Whatever. It's got the 8-layer capacitor in it. So it's spawning about 4 or 5, 4 wisps every spawn pretty quickly. So we're going to actually ramp up on all of the different essences. In theory, pretty quick. I mean, depending on the rarity and the spawn rate. I enclosed the spawner a little more to... let's actually put these back. To help with that. Keeping them all in there rather than having them spawn out. I also added another 16K. What's that word I'm looking for? 16K ME drive. I took it actually out of our other system and moved it over here. It was empty, didn't need it. You'll also notice a couple of cosmetic changes. Get rid of that as we go around here. So I finally finished this hallway off. I put facings on these things, so these are all hidden by facades. And it looks quite good, actually, if I may say so myself. And then finished all this off, put the andesite on the roof, put a basalt floor in and all that kind of stuff, trying to hide as much of the wiring and everything as I can. I'm going to fix that. You're going to go like that and make more experience. This is getting nice and full, which I'm really appreciative of. That's super cool. Yeah, I mean, everything around me is starting to look like it's a nice, clean base. And that leads us into what I want to talk about today, which is actually further expanding our base. I was looking into some of the other mods and things, and like, there's not too many different mods that I want to dig into. I debated getting into Industrial Craft, but I feel like I want to wait for either a 1.8 or 1.9 pack to come out. And then when we start that new season, rather than using Ender IO and Thermal Expansion, I want to try my hand at getting back into Industrial Craft, because that is a mod that I have ignored pretty much since Season 1, which, well, this is only Season 2. That was nearly 2 years ago. No more than a year ago. I really didn't even use Industrial Craft all that much in Season 1, to be perfectly honest. The other thing I wanted to do was perhaps get a Tier 5 altar on this guy. And to do that, you know that we need 4 of these to be beacons. I was wondering what the word was there. We need 4 beacons. And therein lies slightly a problem, because we don't have any more beacons. But we can get them by just killing withers, right? Yeah, sure, I can just go ahead and kill withers. I would rather not, though. I would rather have the process be more or less automated. And to do that, I'm going to grab that steak cooked up. To do that, we're actually going to start expanding down this hallway a little, and we're going to make a brand new mob killing area, starting with killing our friend, the wither skeletons. So let's go ahead. We're going to dig into that today. Pun. Hey, where is my... Hold up, I'm missing a tool. I don't know why I flew over here. I could have just opened my bag. Yes, I need this. That can stay in my inventory. That can go away. This can actually go back. We're going to go on over here real quick. Throw this relay back down. Perfect. All right, so we need to make a wither killing area. And I've tried to do that with what we had before, but because it was just a general thing, it wasn't very specialized. Well, we're going to make something that's quite specialized. And I'm going to dig pretty far back here. I'm going to grab some torches. As much as I hate using torches, they're easy to light areas with when you're working. Let's go ahead and grab... Oh, we have some torches. Wonderful. And I also, I should say this. Some of the other things I was working on between the episodes, I reset our gigantic quarry. I'm having a real tough time coming up with words today. I don't know why. If anybody has an answer, let me know. I reset our quarry and set that to I don't know if it's any larger necessarily, but it is... I think it is a little larger, because it doesn't really need to be bigger than what we had. But I just like to, go big or go home. Why not? How far back do I want to go with this? I think pretty far. Because we're going to set them into the wall here. And I want a decent space to work with. So I'm going to go pretty far. To be honest, let's check our lighting levels. How are we doing? Everything looks good? Good. All right, so how many is this? Let's try going out. So we 3 right here. I want to make sure that this is going to stay even with the rest of the hallway so we can keep our pattern up. right? 2. One, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. Ah, perfect. Excellent. That worked out much better than I had originally thought it would. Excellent. So this is going to be our space. So why don't I give it 2 completes and then there, like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're going to dig back into the wall here, and we'll start building our spawning chambers, with the first one obviously being our wither spawner. Or rather, our wither skeleton spawner. And then further down, we'll actually build a room for the wither itself to spawn in, and then we can kind of pin it in there, and then we can easily kill it. But that'll be a separate episode. This is going to be purely focused on custom mob spawning. I'm going to have 2 killing chambers, a general one, and then I want to have another one that is non-generalized. And I think what I might do is have a new separate AE system with storage and everything, with just an interactive panel on it. So I might put that stuff all down here, which is why I gave myself room, so that we're able to, because this comes out. Okay, so I'm going to carve a hole right there to show that that's where that wall is. So we have all of this space, which is like 4 blocks. Should be more than enough, because this will be where I think I'm going to put the terminal, and that gives me a 2 block space. That should be enough. I should be able to wire up everything in there. The big thing is going to be the wither chamber itself. I think I need to make these, let me think, 3 5x5 chambers again. 5x5s ought to be good. So that's going to be, let's dig into the wall a little bit. So that's going to be 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be 5 deep. Like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. So that's going to be 5 deep. I'm going to go 1 more so that I can have a little more room to work with here. Like that. Okay, so this is going to be the start of this area. I don't necessarily need to worry about anything crazy doing this. I wonder, hold on, let's get rid of all this trash, first of all. And then I'm going to step you up to what I wanted to make. So we're going to use futuristic armor plating for our setup. So I'm going to make a bunch of this Tyrian stuff, because I think it looks great in this sort of situation. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be the space. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to make a quick cut, guys, and I will set up the actual room that we're going to use, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back here, just finished laying up our piping that we needed to get everything connected here. So here's what we kind of have so far. We've got 3 chambers, with the first one going to be our wither killing chamber, or wither skeleton killing chamber. This will be a middle-aged auto-spawn, auto-kill chamber, and I'll explain that in just a half second. And this will be our custom chamber down here. Now, the purpose of this middle chamber is to allow for an extra bit of mob juice to be spawned and feed both of these spawners on top of our main line that's already connecting in. So that'll greatly help with keeping everything in line. I don't necessarily think this needs to be a 5x5, because it's 3x3. Everything should spawn in here just fine. I do have darkened glass, so we'll go ahead. We'll put that on here. No, let's grab some more armor-plated block, because I actually do need quite a bit of that, so we can dump all that in there. No, I better keep some of that with me. No, I've already done that, so I can get rid of that and that. Got to keep that with me. Ineffable glass we will need, because I want to be able to get in and out of that final room. So this is ineffable glass. I didn't actually mention that earlier, but what this stuff does is actually really, really cool. It's part of extra utilities, and you make it using unstable ingots. And if you remember, last season I tried to use the what the hell is that called? Of course, my T key is not working in here. I still haven't figured out where that comes from. There is some glass. So if you remember this, no, not thickened glass. Where are you? It's one of these. Ethereal glass. So ethereal glass and ineffable glass are basically the same thing. The difference is ineffable glass is clear. And you kind of saw that down the hallway. Obviously, we also have inverted versions of the glass. But it's super good. We can get through it. Our enemies cannot. Highly recommend it. I'm going to make... Let's only have 35. Let's make 3 more stacks. That should do us. So what we're going to have here, so this is obviously our wither room, like I said. So we'll have our spawn exotic copy, yes, and we'll put our guy in there. I want to be able to control it in theory, so I will actually have to get back in there for one other thing. So let's go ahead real quick and grab 2 things. We're going to grab a lever for right now, and then we need red conduit, which I should have more than enough, because I never use the damn stuff. So we're going to have a lever. Oh, right about here should be good. Well, no, here, we'll do it this way, because I can put conduit covers on this. So if I do that, then am I able to stick the lever? No, I'm not. I wonder if I put conduit... Oh no, if I put covers on, I wonder. Let's grab a conduit facade really quickly. And see if this works. We'll need, what, 3 of them? Well, you know what? I bet I need hardened conduit facades. I bet that's actually what I need. I'm going to make hardened conduit facades really quickly. Let's see. Painted, right click with the conduit to place. Just breaking explosions. Which would be just obsidian dust surrounding. Well, let's actually try this. Because this should, in any way, still... Oh, you know what? Hold on. I gotta paint them first. Yeah, black features are planing. I want. I love this painting machine. It's super great. I actually hid lighting already inside that room, because we don't need to worry about it being black, because we don't want anything but what we're trying to spawn in there. So I hid the lights using the painting, so there's just glowstone in the corners. But you'd never know. The room is seamlessly done. All right, let's try this. I guess I didn't need the third one. Yeah, for good measure, we'll just do that for giggles. Yeah, like that. All right, so let's see what happens when I try and put... Okay, so it does do that. And then if I grab these, it works. Okay, cool. So we're actually going to run this guy under the flooring here. And he'll go like this. Like 1, 2. Like that. Perfect. So if I go up there and go in there now, idle up. Perfect. All right. So that's going to be our section there. Now to use this, I need like another chest or something. To actually use this, because I really want to focus on just getting this room working, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to grab a chest. Diamond chest will do the job. I don't need any more conduits of that nature, or that nature anymore. I do need... Of course, it doesn't work again. I just grab a half stack. Item conduits are going to be necessary. And some other things that I don't actually have. That's okay. We can go ahead. We'll drop this in our chest. And we're going to go take care of number 2 here. So let's go ahead. Go. You 3 go in there. You in there. You go in there. Black glass, ineffable, that. Perfect. Okay, so in order to make this actually work and have beheading, I could do two things. Well, one of two things. I can use the autonomous activator, which we all know about and love, or I can use this guy, a Dionism tablet. And I bet you're all wondering what the hell a Dionism tablet is. Well, this guy is super cool from Thaumcraft. If I open this guy up and go over to Thaumic Tinkering, I believe is where it is, you'll see that we have this guy right here. What it does is if I use a Golem animation core, simple to make, excuse me, I'm able to make a platform that is able to left or right click. It's sort of like, it's the Thaumcraft version of an autonomous activator. However, it requires absolutely no power, which makes it extremely useful in situations like this where I'm trying to be relatively compact. The other thing that I want to make, and I saw this on Direwolf 20's stream, or channel rather, is this guy here, the Corporeal Attractor. And there's its brother, Kinetic Attractor. What these do is they actually will pull items or repulse items depending on which version you make. We want the Corporeal Attractor, meaning it's going to attract entities like enemies. So to make that, I don't know that I actually have a kinetic. I do not have that wand focus. So in order to make this, I'm going to have to make a wand focus from here, which I gotta find the damn thing. This guy, the telekinetic wand focus. It's actually not really hard to make. It is literally just what you see in front of you here. And I'm going to go ahead. I'll make that right now, actually. So we needed 4 of those, a gold, an iron, and an air, I think it was. A on that. Air. And this is going to use all of our setup, I think. Oh, no, it wouldn't be in there anymore. It would be right here. Okay, cool. So the way this works, I had 4. So the bottom one, so it's the sides. Okay, so it's not using this one. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then it was, I believe, air. Oh, no, get back here. It's air, gold, iron. Okay, that's easy enough. Air, gold, and iron. And I think I've restocked everything that I need for this. What does it need? It needs air, cognito, modus, and perdido. Perdido's good. Modus is good. Cognito should be fine. I think I restocked all that. Where are you, Cognito? So one thing with not having a fully organized system. Where the hell's my damn Cognito? Seriously? Oh, there it is. Yep, we're good on that. And then the last one was, say what again? Modus. Oh yeah, we should be good. Air, where's air? I should have enough primals. 31? Yeah, okay, we should be good on all those. I just need a ender pearl. And ender pearl. And we're good to go. So I can toss that guy in the center. I'm going to take the portable hole off. We'll do that. Beautiful. Okay, so that guy's going to cook himself up. In the meantime, let's go on over here. We'll put the Dionism tablet down. And I'll show you how it works. Because it's super cool. So we're actually going to put him here. Like that. And so you get this little kind of setup like that. And it's got a full range of motion in it. And it can go fully around. And it's going to left or right click. We wanted to set it to right click. And we're going to give it the King Slime Cleaver. However, I need to upgrade that with more beheading. So I'm going to grab some obsidian and ender pearls. Which is more than I need of both of those, but that's fine. Yeah, sun's going down. We'll be quick though. Let's go on over here. We'll go to our tool modification station. We're going to throw him in. And we'll do it like this. Now I'm pretty sure this is the recipe for beheading. Ah, it is. Good. So that makes me heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Perfect. So that should be enough to increase our chances. So it's a 50% chance of us getting ahead, which is what we want as a base minimum. I will need to repair this potentially at some point, but for now it should be okay because we're not just going to let this run forever. And then I just do this, right? Except for... there we go. So you can see it trying to attack me. Except it's not doing anything. Why are you not hitting me? I'm concerned that you're not hitting me. There we go. Left click. Got a left click. All right, perfect. So he's going to work just fine. And we should have our wand focus now, which is super cool. I'm going to quickly demonstrate that, and then we'll finish this part of the build up. As we're running a little bit short on time. Yeah, there it is. So this guy's really neat. Let's grab this. So why is this not working now? There we go. Telekinetic. So if I were to throw something down on the ground, I can now pick it up and move it with my wand. How cool is that? And it is very, very cool, but we're about to make that into something. And I needed copper, don't I? So we're going to make that with a little bit image there. Copper. So this would be pretty close to the last couple things we do here. The way this will work, so we're going to go over here. Oh, no, I'm not there. Oh, good. The light hurts my skin. Thank you, effects. Crap. I must get my warp ward. Warp ward. You can see the pool starting to dissipate a little bit. But that's handy to have around. Alright, so I need to make a kinetic attractor. Actually, no, that's a lie. I need to make the corporeal attractor. And that's going to be 2 great wood, air, earth, and copper. It's easy enough. Air, earth, copper's in my inventory. We just need great wood. Great wood. I'll go like this. Air, earth, 2 copper, and it's in here is what I need. So sorry, telekinetic focus, but you are needed. And there we go, corporeal attractor. Man, this is going to be cool. Okay, so we'll go back over here. We'll go behind. So I need to keep a access back here, more or less. And I will put the Tyrium block like that. And then I'm going to put the corporeal attractor like that. And then it needs, it needs a redstone signal to work. Let's grab another lever real quick. So many parts of this. I'm really excited to see this work, though. Because it's going to be really interesting when it does. However, this warp is extremely annoying. That's what I get for dabbling in dark magics. Alright, so I'm going to throw this guy here. We'll put that on the wall. Bam. So you get this really cool particle effect that I'm really enjoying. And we go over here, and now I'm going to turn our system on really quickly and see how well it works. No, that's not what I wanted. I want this guy, right? Skeleton. So, like before, we're going to go over here. We're going to tell this guy exact copy, skeleton, and let's turn it on and see if this works. I hope it does. If it does work, I'll be extremely impressed. And then all that's left, next episode, we'll actually get to automating the rest of this setup and then start on our actual wither killing chamber itself. Seems to be taking a long time. Oh yeah, there it goes. Now it does take quite a lot. For this room is really, really simple. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put an item conduit here and a trash can. Oh, God. Hey, it worked. Oh, hey, and I got ahead already. So that works. That works really well. All right, let's actually watch it happen. Everything should be fine because it should just pull everything that spawns in here back towards the wall. Let's see what happens. Yep. Oh, there he goes. Oh, that's awesome. Perfect. So what'll happen is I've got a system worked out for collecting this, but I will save that for next episode actually. And yeah, this is going to be great. I'll actually finish this room off camera, and then next episode we'll come back and actually finish the rest of the automation. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll finish off the extra automation and whatnot next episode, and then we'll get started on the actual wither room itself. Because building and automating that is really going to be a challenge that I'm actually looking forward to, because I don't want to have to do things, right? The best game is the game that plays itself for me. And in this case, that's all automation, and I'm looking forward to being able to show you guys exactly what you're capable of automating in this game. At any rate, guys, if you liked the episode, you know what to do. Go ahead and leave a like. You can always find other work I've done in the description box below. And of course, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.